video. My name is Tony, for those of you who don't know, and I share everything here about motherhood, lifestyle, and home decor. So if you haven't already been caught up or new here, again, I am currently pregnant. I am 22 weeks today. I am having a boy, and I also have a toddler daughter who is currently at daycare. So yeah, so I'm about to be in the 2 under 2 crew. And yeah, I'm nervous, excited, all in one. But anyways, today I just wanted to do a pregnancy Q&A. I put up a Q&A on my Instagram stories and received a lot of good questions from you all. So I kind of consolidated the questions, you know, because a lot of the questions were kind of the same. So I kind of consolidated them, and I'm going to answer most of them today in this video. Alright, so as usual, I have my notes here. I always state that so y'all don't be like, why is she looking at her phone? But I have my notes here with all of the questions that you all asked, and just like some notes so I don't forget anything. And I kind of categorized the questions so that, you know, everything will flow and make sense. So the first question was, do you know when you got pregnant and was it planned? So technically, no, this pregnancy wasn't planned. We knew we wanted our kids to be close in age, but we did have some things going on, things that we wanted to do before we got pregnant again, but you know, God had other plans. So that is that story. But of course, well, obviously we weren't doing the best measures to protect ourselves or, you know, prevent a pregnancy. So it happened. So we did a lot of traveling over the summer and spring. Like, we had a great time. We went to Cabo, Jamaica, Atlanta, Texas, and so we just had a good time this summer, like just couples trips, family trips, and all. And so to pinpoint one specific trip, I will say Atlanta got me hemmed up. We had a great time in Atlanta, and like after I just kind of did the math, it made sense. So we went to Atlanta in August, I believe, and I found out in September. Like, I almost basically knew, like, once my cycle was a couple days late, like, I just knew. I was like, I'm pregnant. So yeah, so yes, technically it was not planned, and yeah, so that's how we found out. Well, that's how we got pregnant, and then we found out in September, the day after our friend's wedding. So yeah, so this is like a similar, I guess, like 2 questions combined into one. So it was, any noticeable differences between this one and Naylin, and are there symptoms different from boy to girl? So as I already stated, I am having a boy and I already have a girl, and I will say that there were some differences. I don't know if they're technically associated with boy versus girl, but I have, you know, just from looking online and talking to other moms, I have, you know, it's been like, oh, okay, like that seems to happen more with a boy or vice versa. So with Naylin, you all probably already know, with girls, it is more common for you to be nauseous. So when I was pregnant with her, I was much more nauseous, had a lot more like food aversions, and like the increase of smells and taste of things were just very bothersome to me, like in the first trimester. I still experienced some of those things this time, but not to like an extreme level of where I didn't want to eat, or I just, you know, I was actually throwing up or anything. So I was happy about that. And then one thing that I will say that was much different this time, I was very tired. I was more tired, more irritable. I just wanted to sleep. And I don't know if that was just because I have a toddler or what, but yeah, I was definitely just more tired compared to the pregnancy with Naylin. Also with this boy, I found myself much more hungry. Like, you know, they always say pregnant women eat more. I didn't really feel like that with Naylin. But this pregnancy, like, can eat 6 meals a day, I feel like. So I definitely have to have like my 3 meals and snacks in between, especially in that first trimester, to prevent like nausea and being sick and stuff. Yeah, definitely an increase in appetite, and that has carried over until my 2nd trimester. And you all probably have also heard that you show much sooner in your 2nd pregnancy. It's common to show much sooner during your 2nd pregnancy. So I will say that happened to me. I feel like I started showing around 13 to 15 weeks in this pregnancy. Not like a whole lot, but I definitely had like a small little bump. I'll see if I can post a picture or find a picture, but I don't know. I haven't been taking much pictures, but I promise to do better. I probably didn't start the show like until 18 to 20 months. So just as far as how I feel now and how big I am, I'm definitely feeling a little bigger than what I was at this point with Naylin. The question is, what is the best and worst part of each trimester? So I guess this will just basically be more so about my experience in the past, because again, I haven't experienced all 3 trimesters this go around yet. So first trimester, nothing is great. It's like the moment you found out you're pregnant, you're of course super excited and stuff, and looking forward to meeting your baby. But then the symptoms usually set in from like 6 to 8 weeks. And you know, some women have more severe symptoms and others do not. But typically the first trimester is like the worst. You're not really showing. You can be nauseous. You're tired. You have all of these random symptoms that I failed to mention to you all. So don't be alarmed, but I have random symptoms such as bleeding gums and congestion. So those are all things, well, those are things that I'm experiencing now. But again, those first trimester symptoms are definitely the least of my favorite. Then you have your second trimester, which is much better. It's like relief. A lot of times right when you hit your second trimester, you start to feel better. At least that was the case for me. And you start to show more, and so you're just feeling, you know, you're feeling a little bit back to normal, but you also have a belly that's not too big but just big enough, and you're getting your energy back. And then third trimester, I feel like, okay, at that point you're probably looking at your watch. Baby's getting bigger, you might be in a little bit more pain, maybe a little bit more restless at night. So at that point you're getting ready for the baby to come. How is having a toddler while pregnant? Baby, it's not bad. So I would say the first trimester, of course, like as I mentioned, I was very tired. So, you know, just trying to find a balance between rest and still like giving her the attention that she deserves and needs and stuff. That was hard. Now, second trimester in everyday life, it's interesting. I don't know if she quite knows yet that it's a baby in my stomach. But we've been teaching her like baby and to like rub my stomach and kiss my stomach. So she does do those things, but I don't know if she really understands. If you have experience and you have 2 under 2, what was that like for you? You can drop that in the comments. But one thing that is like bothersome is the fact that she climbs over me like I am her own treehouse. I am her jungle gym. So that is quite uncomfortable. It's not to the point where I feel like she's harming the baby, but yeah, it's like, you know, my stomach is in the way and she wants to push on my stomach and climb on me and stuff. So that is kind of like, you know, just uncomfortable at times. So it'll be interesting to see like throughout this pregnancy, once my stomach gets bigger, like how that's gonna work. Next question is, how do I think Naylin will adjust? Naylin is very sociable and she has a lot of personality, but she definitely likes her attention as well. But I do think that she will adjust well. She plays well with others. I think it'll just be more so the attention thing that, you know, will be like, okay, I'm not getting 100% of the attention nowadays. That will be an adjustment for her. But I think overall she will be fine. I'm hoping so. It's so cute now because she got a lot of baby dolls for Christmas. And she like tries to change the diaper. Like she's saying pee-pee. Like, and when I bring out her wipes, or she'll go to her diaper bag and grab the wipes and the diaper and try to change the baby. So I think she's picking up on like those like nurturing habits. So I'm hoping that when the baby comes here, she'll still be doing those things as well. Next question is, what am I most nervous about? Definitely nervous about being a mom with 2 under 2. I just know having one was a transition. So I can imagine there's going to be a transition with 2. And just trying to balance the 2, make sure Naylin gets the attention she needs. Of course, as a newborn, you have to be very hands-on, especially because I intend on breastfeeding again. So it'll just be interesting to see how that navigates and, you know, it's just, you know, when you only have one kid, I think everybody has the worries of like, dang, like how can I love another person as much as I love you? It'll be interesting to see how that goes, because even day to day, like this pregnancy is flying by, because Naylin is like, she's the apple of my eye, and you know, so it's like when you have a kid already and you're pregnant, your attention is still, you know, almost always on the kid, because they're there, they're present, they're doing things, they're still learning, they're still growing. So yeah, so just navigating that world of 2 under 2 will be interesting, and it got me a little nervous. This is another question that I had, which I'm also nervous about, which is basically, will I have another C-section or VBAC? So I pray that I'm able to have a VBAC, but either if it's a VBAC or a C-section, I know it's God's plan, but I am nervous either way. Even the other night, I found myself up in the middle of the night just looking up information, going down a rabbit hole that I shouldn't have been going down. But I think it's just weird, because you think because you go through it once, you'll be okay the next time. So I'm still very much nervous about just the whole delivery process. Not that my process was traumatizing the first time, it just didn't go as what I planned it to be, which was the C-section. So I'm just aware that anything can happen, and that is just advice to new moms out there as well. Or if you're pregnant and this is your first baby, like, you know, pregnancy and being pregnant, things can just, you know, they take their own turn, and you just be hopeful and prayerful, and you just, at the end of the day, we want happy baby and healthy moms. So my doctor is open to doing a VBAC, but I do have to go back for another sonogram in about a week, because they just want to basically confirm or verify or check how my placenta is placed, because it may put me at risk of being at a C-section. But honestly, I don't want to go into too much detail about that in this moment. I will update y'all hopefully after my next appointment on where we are with that. But I'm very hopeful that everything is okay, and I will be able to have a choice or option to get a VBAC up until delivery. So that's where we are with that. The other question is, do we have a name picked out already? Yes, we do have a name, but I am not sharing at the moment. I don't know when we plan to share, but I think y'all would like it. Okay, last but not least, things that we plan to do differently this go around. I haven't really put much thought into it, and probably something I need to be doing. I would like to incorporate the bottle feeding more. Of course, I still plan to breastfeed and pump and stuff, but I would like to incorporate the bottle to take a little bit more stress on me. We did introduce the bottle to Naylin when she was a few weeks old, but I really wasn't consistent with pumping, because it was just, I don't know, I was just trying to get in the rhythm of things. So I'm hoping that this go around I will have a better handle on that, and again be able to pump and, you know, be able to give the baby bottle so I can sleep a little more at night and get dad on duty. Okay, so I also want to find a healthy balance with the schedule. I think it paid off that we were very strict on a schedule, or getting Naylin on a schedule and getting her to sleep in her own room. It was stressful at points. Like, I would overwhelm myself if we stayed out too late, or we wanted to go see family, or just anything, or just her spending the night at someone else's house. It will overwhelm me. So hopefully I'm a little bit more relaxed. I definitely still want to incorporate scheduling and sleeping in his own room and things of that nature, but I don't want to feel like guilty if I don't do, or miss a night, or miss a nap, or something like that. So I just want to give myself a little bit more grace in that area. So yeah, so that was fun. Of course, if you all have any other questions, you all can drop them in the comments below, or follow me on Instagram, send me a message, whatever the case may be. But again, I'm super excited to continue to share this journey of motherhood and pregnancy with you all. So if you're pregnant, if you're due in May, hey, let me know, drop a comment, like this video. Of course, more mommy content will be coming. I plan to like really tackle this year with the content and keep y'all in the loop and just do better. So yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.